Welcome to WP EasyCart. In today's quick video tutorial, I want to walk through our new option set system with conditional logic. This is kind of an intermediate to advanced feature, but I think a lot of people will be interested to use it because it's very easy in EasyCart to enable, and it's got some really powerful features to really make your products highly configurable. When we talk about conditional logic, let's just jump in here and take a look. Let's say we have an option set here. This product, you can see we've got option sets that have swatches, and sometimes you want a certain option set here to drive other options as to whether or not they show or whether or not they're hidden. This becomes really important as you have more complex products, which I know a lot of people have. Now, if you're curious how to make option sets, I created a whole nother video. That's probably a good place to start. If you're wondering how options and variants and modifiers work, I would take a look at that first and review it. Then I would jump into this one, which we're going to take a look at, is how do we create conditional options based on EasyCart's logic. So let's do that. We're going to jump in here and we're going to actually create a new product. We're going to create a registration form, and we're going to have an option set where the users can select, do they want to register, and if they do, we want to have some of these options show up. For example, the user's phone, address, name. We want to give them a place to input some of that information, but maybe they don't want to register. In that case, we might want to leave these all hidden on a product. So let's create this. You can see I've already hand created a few of these option sets over here in our option set manager. They're advanced text inputs and areas, as well as like a file upload. But we're going to create one more. We're going to create a checkbox that is for do you want to register or not. And so I'm going to say a checkbox group. We'll say registration. Do you want to register? That will be our first yes no field. Okay, so I've created that. It's called registration, and then I've got a bunch of other registration actual fields. So let's take a look at a product, and I'm going to add a new product here, and let's just call this registration form. And we'll just give it a quick SKU, quick company, quick price. Maybe it's $24 to register. I'm going to select a real quick image here, maybe just this leaf, just a registration form. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and create this product, and I'm going to dive right into editing it. So here's my new product. It's going to be a form the user signs up for. Let's just view it real quick. You can see it's 24 bucks. There's no option sets, and we could add it to the cart. So let's dive in here now and take a look at our option sets. So in our first video, we really talked about the difference between, options and variations versus modifiers. And conditional logic is going to be modifiers. These things can't control inventory. They cannot adjust inventory, but they do have special things such as text boxes, check boxes, radio boxes, so on and so forth. So you can create modifiers here using our quick slide out, and it does the exact same thing as what I do through the option set manager. So don't get confused by the two places I'm jumping back and forth from. I've already created the options, so we're going to go add new, and the first one is going to be do you want to register? Okay, and then I'm going to add a couple more. If they do want to, I'm going to have enter your name, and that's a text field, and I'm going to add another one that says maybe their address. Okay, so you can see these are added. One's a checkbox, one's a text area, one is text. You can grab these little three bars over here, and you can actually slide them up and down and change the order. It's a really neat feature. You can also delete these by clicking the three little buttons over here, and you can remove it, or you can edit them, and it takes you back to the advanced editor over here. So Really good features, pretty easy to understand at this point. Let's just jump over and take a look at what it looks like. So here we've got an option. It says, do you want to register? You've got a text field for entering your name and a text area for your address. You can see I don't have any options under do you want to register, so I forgot to add those. So I'm going to go back to my option set, and registration, I need to add two choices. I need to add yes or no. So I'm going to create a new option here that says yes, and that'll be the first option. Okay, and I'll save that. And then I'm going to add another one, and it will be no. And it will be option 2. Okay, so now we can go back to my product, and I will open up that test registration product. Okay, and now if we just take a look, I probably have a couple of options under there now. So do you want to register, yes or no? Okay, so if the user selects no, well, I can see an issue already is checkboxes allow you to have multiple selections. If we use a radio group, it only allows one selection in here, or a combo box. I could use either or. So maybe you get to this point and you're like, oh, I don't really like these checkboxes. That's not what I want. Okay, that's not a problem. We can come back over to our option sets. I'll go into registration, and maybe I want to change that. Maybe I want to make that a combo box. So the user has to pick one or the other. Okay, let's take a look at what my product looks like. And so now I've got a combo box, yes or no. But if the user picks no, I probably want all of these to disappear, or maybe I want them all hidden to begin with, and if the user picks yes, then we want these to appear. And that's where conditional logic comes into play. Okay, so I'm going to go into my product, and I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to turn on conditional logic for my username and for my address. Okay, and I'm going to edit the conditional rules. So what I want to do is I want to hide this, and if all match, that's the selection, or if any match, I'll just say if any of these match. And what I want to say is I want to hide this if it is not yes. So it'll be hidden all the time unless the user chooses yes. It will show up. Okay, I know these can get a little confusing, but you need to kind of practice the show hide and what works best for you. Okay, I'm going to hide it if registration is not yes. Okay, so if you kind of read it a little faster and a couple times, it'll kind of make sense. You're going to hide this if registration is not yes. Okay, so we've created two conditional logic items. We've added it and turned it on for these two, and they're running off of this first one, registration. So if we refresh this, okay, you can see now I just have one simple combo box. And do you want to register? If they select no, they stay hidden. If they select yes, then they show up. And so you're creating this kind of flow-through form, as you might think, on your product. Okay, pretty cool feature. It's a little more intermediate advanced. It takes a little setup as you get in here and play with it, but I think a lot of people will like to use some of this modifier advanced logic in here. And again, there's a few other things you can play with. You can turn around and have them show unless something happens, and you just kind of got to jump back and see what the results are logically as you do that. So conditional logic, use it on our modifiers. It's a really cool tool. Hopefully that was helpful. Again, if you're not sure how to work with option sets and modifiers in EasyCart, we have another video for that. I'm also going to do another video on price changing because I know a lot of people want that with their advanced modifiers or with their variations. So if you're kind of looking, you might check out our resources and our video library on our website at EasyCart, wpeasycart.com. Thanks for watching.